Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala ashraf al-anbiya wal mursaleen Sayyidina wa Habibina wa Mawlana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sahbihi wa sallam. In the beginning of Surah Kahf, it begins and it says, Alhamdulillah alladhi anzal ala abdihi kitaban wa la yaj'al lahu iwaja. And Surah Kahf is this meaning of this is that Alhamdulillah, all praise be to God or Allah, that He did not just send upon His slave and then make the pathway crooked. And the Surah Kahf is something that we read on the night of Khamis and Jummah. And it's also one of the names of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's the place that when things will begin to shake and things begin to happen in the world, that people used to run into the cave. They used to run into the cave because it was a place of rahmah. And He is our rahmat alameen. This is the month of Rabi'a Awwal, the month where we celebrate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we celebrate that we have an escape. We have a place that we can run to. It doesn't matter how big your problem is here tonight. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter how you feel inside. You have a place to run to tonight, and it is from the very hand of Allah. And Allah did not make it a place that is crooked for you, but He opened up the door and a place of rescue and refuge. So seek Allah tonight with all of your heart and thank Him above all things, because He gave you this rahmat alameen, this Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He gave you the best of creation, the best of humanity, and the ability, and made His life simple that everyone would be able to follow it. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And He is the refuge. He is the fortress. He is the tower. He is the place that we run to. So run to Him tonight. Run to Him tonight. Grab a hold of Him and hold on to Him tonight. With your words, give Him a hug tonight. Fall in love with Him tonight. One of the authors, his name is Muhammad al-Hajjar. He wrote a book called Hubb al-Khalid. And he said the easiest way to find a way to Allah is to fall in love with Him. And he says that it's like a cup, if you put salt in it, you begin to stir it. Or if you want to say it, even sugar. And you take that spoon and you just spin it. Everything begins to dissolve. Everything begins to dissolve. And this is when you found yourself and you're drowning in the love of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That all the things, you find yourself in that cave, you find yourself running into that place. Know that in that reality, not only are those things going to change in your life, but on top of that, the whole heart and your love for Allah is about to change. And I believe that with all of my heart tonight, that your heart, as you begin to cry out to Allah, and you're seeking Allah, and as you're finding this place of refuge, the things are being stirred in the heavens, and there are things around us that are happening all the time. And just let go. Because the one who returns back to himself, his life will be tired. And his life will be madloom. It'll be in darkness. But the one who returns back to Allah, for Allah begins to lift him up and begins to fix the things around him. That's why they call the state of the Salihin. That Allah begins to, He says, the one who follows the path, begins to serve the world begins to use him like a khadim, begins to use him like a maid, begins to use him, literally use him. But the one who follows Allah and seeks Allah, Allah causes the world to now begin to come around him, enable him to be able to worship Allah, to be able to worship Allah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. He didn't make the pathway crooked, and He provided for us a place, a refuge, and a fortress, and a place to run into. And like I said, alhamdulillah, run into it tonight. It doesn't matter what it is, how big it is, doesn't matter what happened. He is the one. You run into Him, and with Him, there's rahmah from Allah, and the salvation of humanity with Allah. Wa sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.